Brian has his own camera?
Really? Oh, nice. What about Dez?
Yeah, what about me? Go to camera 2. Let's see if I have my own camera. Fucking shit, dude. Fucking hell. What the fuck? We built all these fucking cameras. You know what? Why?
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Diamond Podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian, LaLima, ApolloDez, producer Josh. Follow us on Twitter at LaLima790, at ApolloDez1, at Astros, and of course at Apollo HOU. We're here in studio at Apollo HQ. The Astros took down the Arizona Diamondbacks last night, 10-2 as we record this on a Wednesday. Dez, 10-2, 5 bombs, back-to-back at one point. Altuve, 2 more bombs. Bregman, a bomb. David Hensley hit his first home run of his career. Man, the offense is really rolling.
Yeah, JP also got one, number 20 of his rookie season. Yeah, all of a nice little tune-up before we get to the playoffs. So, all in all, great at bats. Love to see that. Probably Verlander's kicking himself tonight because he's probably going to get maybe 1 run tonight after that outburst.
Yeah, they take on Arizona tonight, and they've got 6 games left after that. All home games against the Rays, and then they end the season with the Phillies. So let's look, man. October is literally right around the corner. We've got a couple of days. October, like
just kind of snuck up.
Yeah, October 1st is Saturday.
Bananas.
I mean, we finally got our first cold front that came through here in Houston. We've got some nice weather outside. The humidity is low. The pumpkin spice lattes are flowing. If you can see right here on the table, that's Dez's. That's ApolloDez's pumpkin spice latte.
It's not
right there. I don't drink coffee, so that's not mine. What's wrong with the?
It's not a pumpkin.
What's wrong with the PSL?
All right, dude. It's PSL. Whatever, dude.
Rock your brand, bro.
It's not my.
Rock your brand, man. Don't try to.
How about them Astros?
Yeah, we got October is right around the corner.
It feels good outside.
Playoff. I just said that. The cold, the humidity is down.
Yeah, dude. It smells like October.
It does smell like October, and October runs through Houston. Do you know that?
I heard it. I heard it. I heard the street saying that. I heard that it runs through Houston. No, I mean we're 1 game away.
Did the streets also tell you that Seattle's a problem?
Look, we're not doing this. Like until we beat them. I don't know why we're just capping on me. But yeah, the PSLs are great. No, 1 game away from the magic number, clinching the outright number 1 overall seed. Yep. That forces everyone to play in Houston, home field advantage, and we've seen it time and time again pay dividends over the last 8 years.
Dividends, nice word.
It's my SAT word of the day.
Good word.
Thank you.
SAT word of the day. Dividends.
Dividends.
Can you spell that?
There's a lot of I's in there.
Can we get producer Josh? Can you define that word for us before we move on? Dividends. Love doing this live on air.
Yeah.
Googling.
Well, as he Googles that.
Can he even spell it?
No, he doesn't. He definitely spelled it wrong.
I spelled it right.
The definition is?
Definition is a sum of money paid regularly, typically quarterly, by a company to its shareholders out of its profits.
Yeah, that's take out some of that. You know, like it fucking makes sense there. Like it pays dividends. What are we doing? That was a great line. Yeah, it works.
I get it. I just wanted the producer Josh to do something.
Unbelievable.
Our production crew around here doesn't do shit.
Unbelievable. We got a brand new light. You can actually buy this shirt. Sorry, your mic's in at ApolloHU.com.
Right here.
Drop the link. No, I think the big topic and what's hot in the streets is the potential playoff rotation.
Yeah.
You have your 3. No, you actually have your 2.
Yeah, it's
you have your 2, Verlander, Framber. Yeah. I still think Lance has game 3.
I would say Lance has game 3 as well.
But you have 3 legitimate dudes for that 4th spot because you're actually in the DS. You're probably rocking a 3-man rotation.
I think
you have the luxury if you're up 2-1, you can get cute and throw either Javier, Urquidy, Garcia, and then say Verlander for full rest on 5. I'm in the camp of. If you're up 2-1, you don't want to worry about game 5. You throw your horse game 4. I would go JV Framber, Lance JV. But you have the situation where you have 3 guys for 1 spot in the DS potentially, I don't want to look too far ahead to the CS, but those 3 guys would start for any other rotation in the playoffs, and we have 3 guys like are on the outside looking in that'll be in the pen.
So if let's say Verlander throws game 1, that's on October 11th, a Tuesday. Game 5, if necessary, would be Monday, October 17th, because there's not a day off between games 3 or 5, if I'm not mistaken.
So he would pitch
games 3, 4, and 5 are all in a row.
Yeah, I found that out today.
2, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
The turnaround is insane.
It's dude, what they did to the schedule, man, is
why are they rushing it?
I don't know.
You're pot committed.
I don't know
to this extended playoffs, and obviously the lockout pushed it back.
Yeah,
but at least, I mean, the point is, okay. So let's say this: the Astros and Blue Jays go 5 games.
Yep.
They're in Canada the 16th. They fly back, both teams, and play in Houston the 17th. So what I'm doing, and this is a luxury for the Astros, whoever's my Game 5 starter is not traveling.
Right, they're not going to that.
They're not. So
no,
if the Astros clinch, let's say the Astros win in Game 4 and they're in Canada, Justin Verlander is going to be not with the team.
Yeah.
And people are going to be really upset about that. But
but
it makes 100% sense to leave your ace if you're going to go with that formula, Game 1, Game 5, at home. Because I don't want my guy traveling back. Get him in his bed, get him in his routine, and ready to go. Make them be on shore. I mean, obviously the guys are going to have to play off that plane trip. But rushing games 3, 4, 5 is pretty dumb.
Yeah, you look at that schedule. October 11th, Game 1, a break, and then Game 2 is October 13th. So realistically, Verlander throws on the 11th. He'll get 5 days rest, and then you could essentially throw him in game.
You can throw him Game 4 on short rest. One day, yeah.
Yeah, 1 day off. But yeah, I think as far as the rotation is concerned for the ALDS, I think it's definitely Verlander, Framber, and then Lance, right? Lance McCullers.
Yeah, I think
he has the freshest arm.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that
a lot of pitches on his arm. So
I put that tweet out. A lot of people are like, "Well, is Lance good? Is Lance your number 3 starter?" I was like, "Yeah, for the reason you said. He has fresh legs, fresh arm. He's a dog in the playoffs. He has a lot of success in the playoffs, and he was literally your ace Game 1 starter a year ago. We were in the luxury of developing JV coming back, reemerging to the Hall of Famer he is. Framber emerging as a Cy Young. Your number 1 last year is now your number 3 starter, which is just bananas.
That is a rich people problem.
It 100% is that. And so I think that's what you roll out. Obviously, the Game 4, if you go Verlander short rest or you go Javier Urquidy Garcia. I mean, I put the tweet out. Urquidy he's a constant. You know what you're going to get out of him in October. Javier's emerging to be just a phenomenal weapon and dude. He throws that invisible fastball with all that spin. He throws it up high in the zone. When I say invisible fastball, it's not 100 miles an hour, but he has so much spin on it that batters just can't get to it. And then you have Garcia, who we've seen empty the tank in the CS against the Red Sox last year, throwing 97, 98 for 4 or 5 innings. Like you can do that. And you can honestly get cute in a Game 4 if you wanted to. But I think the situation is just the Astros have such a surplus of pitching. Is it a problem that they have too much pitching? Like, because you're going to have so many options to choose.
I don't think that's ever a problem. It's going to be tough. Like, Phil Maton could very possibly not make the roster in the ALDS. Look, Josh, while you get a chance.
Look up!
Look, the first cold front came through, and it's messing with the vocal cords a little bit. Either that or I'm hitting puberty at the age of 33. Look up Will Smith's numbers in the last, week and a half, 2
He's
weeks.
kind of been a dude.
He's been like Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting back to what we saw when he dominated us last year.
He just looks pissed off all the time.
Dude,
he looks like he walks to the ballpark every day, and he steps in dog shit.
Yeah.
And, he's just so pissed off at the world, and then he takes that frustration, channels it, and shoves.
He gave a lot of credit to Dusty Baker after he got traded to the Astros because he didn't pitch well when he first got here. and he gave a lot of credit to Dusty Baker to continue to throw him and pitch him and let him work through things. And obviously, he got with Coach Miller and
Murph,
the pitching coaches for the Astros, and what we've seen from him. How many clean innings has he had? Like I can at least name the last 4 outings, the clean innings, and he looks like Will Smith did last year when he shoved it up the Astros' ass in the
maybe
World
we
Series.
should start slapping each other like Will Smith.
You want to try that?
Oh, we can.
Okay.
Oh, if we get 250 views on this YouTube video, you can slap me.
Have
like
you
Will
seen
Smith.
the new thumbnails that
Thumbnails are great. Yeah, great for the
Noah's
algorithm.
finally
Shout out
glad-
Noah.
Hey, glad you're here, bro.
Way to show up
I'm just proud our production team
at
actually
1
working
at 1 p.m.
doing something.
Way to show up, man. Appreciate it.
I'm just
Will
glad our
Smith
producers
in
work.
September, October
Uh-huh.
has a 1.93 ERA in
Solid.
10 games.
Yep.
9 innings.
What is that? 9 innings. Okay.
9 innings.
Good.
9.1 innings. 2 earned runs allowed. 9 Ks.
strikeout
his
in it?
last. He allowed an earned run last week. Before that, yeah, he hasn't allowed much at all.
Yeah.
He said since he came over, since August 18th, he's only allowed 2 earned runs.
Yeah. Because he's turned it around.
That's almost like a month and a half. That's
Yeah,
pretty
over a
damn.
month. Yeah, month and a half.
Golly.
Yeah, man. So that's gonna make the decisions even that more interesting because you look at what Will Smith has brought. He's got those are the two things the 2 people that the Astros got at the trade deadline. Take away their athletic ability. Just the fact that Christian Vasquez and Will Smith have both been in big time postseason moments is gonna make this team so much better because you add those into a clubhouse that's been there, done that.
You can't teach October experience.
Right.
You can't. I mean, look at the 2015 team. I guarantee you the error by Brett. I mean, the error by Correa. Right.
Yeah.
We all know it
against the
happened.
Royals, yeah.
But look at all the success he had post that error.
Yeah.
That's why I said earlier on the blog and on the other podcast, like Javier and Garcia and Framber getting touched up last year in the CS and World Series. That's gonna pay dividends because
SAT word of the day.
SAT word of the day. We have a counter dividends. I said it 3 times.
Yep.
Because failure in baseball happens all the time, and you learn from that, and you grow from that. And these guys are competitors. Do you not think Luis Garcia, the home run that Soler hit into orbit, like, do you not think that rubs him the wrong way? Do you think like he's just like, oh shucks, I gave up a home run in Game 6 in the World Series? No, that's gonna fuel him. And like, so these guys, Javier giving up the home run to Dansby and the back-to-back.
Yep.
Like those moments that sucked last year, and obviously we didn't win the World Series. They're gonna grow from those moments, and now they're emerging to be these dudes. And October innings matter, and so at the end of the day, yeah, it sucked that we lost last year. It happens. It's baseball. Like, so be it. We're better off for those failures then, because I think this year they just put it all together.
Right. Yeah. Failure in the game of baseball, specifically speaking, is your best teacher.
100%.
Like you learn from everything when you fail, and I think even you look back in 2020. I know it was a funky year. You had the COVID season, shortened season, but you had guys like Luis Garcia, Jose Urquidy, Christian Javier. Who's the one that I'm missing?
Framber. That's the iconic Correa yelling at him on the mound.
Andre Scrub. Obviously, all those guys like got caught up from damn near Fayetteville, and we're pitching in the ALCS. Like even those moments, they might reflect back on those type of moments in postseason experience. So adding Christian Vasquez and Will Smith just adds to a clubhouse that already has so much experience. Bless you.
Bless you, man.
Bless you.
Bless you.
He said sorry.
Bless you, man. You good?
You all right?
You all right?
You okay? Do we need to get a sub?
Yeah.
Need a sub?
You need a sub?
No.
Wow. You look like you
okay?
You look like you're hurting, man.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, it just makes it even more interesting on who's going to make that roster, especially if how many arms can they carry? 13.
13.
Right?
So it all depends who they match up with, right? If it's the Blue Jays,
it's either going to be the Rays or the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays trot out all righties. It looks like Tapia is a lefty.
Who would you
Alejandro
rather
Kirk's
play,
right.
the Rays or the Blue Jays, if it ends up being either one of those two? I will say out of the who is it? The Mariners, the Blue Jays, the Rays,
And the Guardians.
and the Guardians. I would much rather play either the Rays or the Blue Jays. I don't think Seattle's a problem.
Okay. Wow. Funny how the tune changes. Continue.
I
Continue. I just want you to continue.
Who has the best pitching out of those 4 teams? It's the Mariners.
Yeah.
It's the Mariners. And it's a 5-game series. Again, I don't think they're a problem. But, dude, 5-game series. Like, 2019? Garrett Cole had to pitch. Or was it Verlander or Garrett Cole had to pitch again in the ALDS?
Cole had to beat
against
the Rays
Rays
twice, yeah.
Yeah, twice. I mean, it's situations like that. That's all I'm saying. I would much rather play the Rays or the Blue Jays.
Well, I put this tweet out earlier, and I'm going to bring it up. But the big thing about the 19 team was JV Cole, right? It was always JV Cole, JV Cole, JV Cole. Over a 5-game series,
Zach Greinke got added to that staff too. By the way,
no, this is just follow me on this.
Okay.
When you're facing JV Cole, it's high fastballs at 99 to 100 up in the zone.
4 seams,
right?
Getting blown by you, right? Okay.
That means in a 7-game series, 4 out of the 7 games, you're getting nothing but high fastballs. By games, the second time around, I'm getting my foot down a little quicker because I'm seeing it. Because I'm seeing back-to-back games, and then obviously games 3 and 4 are different, and then they're coming back. Now with this team, you're getting Verlander high fastballs. Now you're getting game 2 heavy sinkers down by Framber.
Right.
So you're getting 2 different looks. It's not like, I face Cole or I face JV for Cole. I'm gonna get my foot down. I'm seeing 100 again tonight.
Yeah.
You're not seeing that again. And then you get game 3, you get Lance with whatever pitch he's feeling that day. It could be a changeup, could be a sinker, could be the slider, could be whatever.
Slider, yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting 3 different looks before you even get into Garcia letting it rip for 97, 98, or Javier throwing the invisible fastball, or Urquidy who just, when October turns, he just, hey, here's 5 innings.
Yeah.
So you're getting different looks with this staff. It's built. And I don't think, the hitter in me just goes, okay, I went 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts against Just Verlander. I faced 100. The next day, I'm like, okay, it's still 100 fastballs up. Like you can start getting your foot down.
Yeah.
You're going to be totally uncomfortable facing this staff from all the different looks you're going to get.
Plus, I mean, you talk about it would go righty, lefty, righty, and then you also have to think about arm angles and arm slots. Like none of those are remotely the same.
Oh no.
Cole and Verlander were similar.
Yeah.
And then you look at righty and then lefty. And then Framber, and then Lance wherever he decides,
wherever he wants to do. Yeah.
Luis Garcia or Urquidy, Christian Javier's got a funky arm angle too. So I mean, that's going to be taken into account. But I mean, what Christian Javier is doing, you could argue that he could be the number 3 over Lance McCullers.
You could.
Like I mean, there's just so many different options. So I think it's really going to come down to matchups. If it's against the Rays, I'm sure you could see a different 1-2 is locked up. 1-2 is locked up for sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want to say, 3, 4, 5. That's where it comes in. And then you also have to take into account there could be a piggyback situation. You could get Hunter Brown for 3 innings to start, and then you could get Christian Javier for 3 more, and then you pass it off to the bullpen, meaning the back end of the bullpen. Or you could go Christian Javier for 4. You could go Hunter Brown for 2, and then you could bring in Hector Neris, Montero, Stanek, Will Smith, whatever the case is. Like there is just so many different options. And what wins games in October? Pitching and defense. So good problem to have.
On that note, first in the AL and team pitching staff ERA, the Astros with a 2.92 team ERA, which is insane. Second is the Yankees with 3.34. That's the gap.
Wow.
And then the Rays are third, 3.4. Mariners are 5th with 3.57. The Blue Jays are all the way down at 8th with 3.94.
You know who the Blue Jays kind of remind me of? The Cleveland then Indians when they ran out Bauer and Clevenger.
Yeah, Clevenger. Yeah.
You had guys that have stuff,
right,
but really didn't put it together.
Dude, the Astros waxed them.
Exactly. Yeah. Because when you hear Berrios, when you hear Gossman, and who's the other cat they have, Josh? The third?
Berrios, Gossman, and Manoah.
Manoah's he's pretty filthy. You had 3 guys that are, if they're on, then it's a war. But if they're off at all, this offense is going to be all over.
Right.
Do you know what Christian Javier's K per 9 is this season?
It's above 8, right?
It's 11.8.
What? 8. How many?
11.8 is his K9 on the season.
Wow.
187 strikeouts over 142 innings.
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see what the rotation
I think
it's a really good problem to have, though.
I'm dying on the hill. I want him in the bullpen because he's such a weapon, and I like to see him pitch multiple games and be a bridge guy and secure a win. But, man...
Dude,
he just may be your number 4. Just game's over, Bubba.
I think with Christian Javier and with the short lease that we do see in the postseason, I just think he's going to be a bridge guy. I think you'll see him be a piggyback guy, and that's a really, really good thing to have with what he does when he's on the mound. So I think he's honestly, in my opinion, I think he's more vital coming out of the bullpen.
That's kind of I can't buy him. But then again, if they start him, I'm like, I give it
if you need him if you need him in a start, then have at it.
Yeah.
You know, here we go. Get you another 9-10 Ks like we've seen.
God,
so
it's amazing.
Yeah, man, it's crazy to think about.
Quick note. The Astros.
How many quick notes do we have?
How many notes do we have?
You want me to do a job or no?
Okay, yeah, just go ahead. He's
the Astros in the Rogers Center this year have an 813 OPS.
That's pretty strong.
I'll tell you what, though.
That place gonna be.
It's gonna be
rocking.
It's gonna be bananas.
Rocking,
dude. They're gonna be knocking down Labatt Blues.
Is that what they drink?
Yeah, you've never had a Labatt Blue?
I haven't.
And a Labatt Light?
No. I'm officially on this podcast boycotting the Canadian beer if we play the Blue Jays. Official.
Okay. Now, what we do every week, Des, as you know,
inaugural.
It's time for the Dog of the Week.
Dog of the Week. Just guys being dudes on the roof. That's all that was.
I know. That's all.
That was all it was.
So the Dog of the Week is
Jose
Altuve.
Congratulations, Jose Altuve.
Number 3.
Put it on the baseball reference right now. Someone edit his Wikipedia page. The inaugural third annual inaugural Dog of the Week.
So we
Jose
had
Altuve.
Hunter Brown. We had Kyle Tucker. Now it's Jose Altuve.
I when he's invited into the Hall of Fame, I wonder if they're going to talk about it. They'll talk about the MVPs.
Yeah.
They'll talk about the Silver Sluggers.
They'll
talk about the big home runs, the 3,000 hits probably, all these different things.
Right.
But the inaugural third Dog of the Week.
Third annual Dog
of the Week for Apollo HOU.
On Beyond the Diamond.
At Beyond the Diamond.
Yeah.
Put it on the Cooperstown. Put it on the statue. Dog of the Week.
The Astros should 1,000% build him a statue when it's all said and done.
Oh, I'll build it myself.
We looked at his numbers before we came on.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even say what his stats were this week.
Yeah, so he's a career insane. 298 hitter. Like his lowest average, I'm just going basic stats here. You guys know me, I'm a huge stat guy. His lowest batting average, taking out his rookie season or the season he got called up and the COVID season, his lowest average was like 283.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's like a career. His career OPS is like over 900.
Yeah, it's really good.
He's just casually hitting 298 this season with an OPS of 980 something. I think it is, or
918. I think.
What is it?
I think 918.
919. 28 bombs.
Last 7 days, the 412 batting average,
1,600 OPS. He had 2 bombs last night.
2 bombs last night, so add that to the total.
Yeah.
Unbelievable Dog of the Week.
Quietly having one of his best seasons.
And no one's really talking about it.
No one's talking about it. They're talking about
You know what they're going to talk about? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to say?
Hey, Albert Pujols hit his 700 home run, by the way.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so.
I fell asleep. Hand up. I missed both.
Yeah.
I missed 699 and 700. I was laying in bed, and I go, if he hits a home run tonight, it's probably 699. I'll say it for 700.
Yeah.
Didn't think the old man was in a double dip.
So
I missed history.
So I was actually hung up the phone and you were hanging out.
Yeah, sleeping. I was hanging out sleeping. Yeah, I missed it. Hand up.
Wow.
But not good for the brand.
Baseball fan you are.
Not good for the brand.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, hell of an episode.
That's it. Dog of the Week. Third annual.
October's coming.
Jose Altuve.
October's coming.
When are we recording again? What's today? Wednesday? So we'll be back in a couple of days?
We'll be back next Monday.
6 days or 6 games left after tonight.
Yeah.
The Astros. October is coming.
October is coming.
Hey, no, did you hear
It's
that
coming.
October runs through Houston? You did.
The streets are saying
Yeah.
it's a little crispy outside too.
Did you hear that Seattle's a problem?
All right, cut.
Peace.
No.